Thank you for joining me. I'm Alex, and I'd like to talk to you about Pepsi today. Pepsi has been known to do many things. They own Tropicana, Frito-Lay, which owns Doritos, Fritos, all Lays, all those kinds. They basically have two aisles in the grocery store just for themselves, just basically paying rent. So they also make beverages, I think. So the price right now is $137, which is a PE of about 15, which means that the PE is fairly high, but definitely in a good range. Dividend yield is 2.8% with a payout ratio of only 41%, which is pretty decent. A lot of room for growth there. And you can basically expect them to pay a dividend at least what they pay now, probably raising the dividend every year from here on out. Revenue is $64 billion, which went up 2%. Obviously, with a company that big doing basically just the same products every year, like basically a commodity business, can't really expect too much growth there year over year. 2% is not great, but any growth is good. Earnings went up 150%, which I would credit the tax breaks for. So the earnings went from about $5 billion to $12.5 billion. Definitely don't expect that kind of growth in future years. Total assets, $77 billion. Total liabilities, $63 billion, which comes down to net tangible assets of negative $16 billion. Which is down from over 17 billion. We're down from over 17 billion negative. So balance sheet obviously does not look great and is kind of concerning, but I think they're going in the right direction, and obviously a company that big is not really in any danger of just going bankrupt. So pretty safe company, especially with a portfolio of, the biggest chip maker out there, one of the biggest juice makers, and a few other companies that I haven't mentioned. Dividend yield, 2.8% is definitely nothing bad. And so for the payout ratio, basically very safe dividend. So if you're a dividend investor, I think that this is a pretty good stock to look into. I think that if you're diversifying from tech stocks and even non-food retail stocks, I think this is a good candidate as well. Obviously, for a growth investor, this is not the stock for you. But for a value investor, I think the PE is good. The dividend yield is good. The balance sheet isn't great, but it's definitely not terrible. So if you're looking to diversify and if you don't think there's anything better out there, I think this is definitely a good stock to buy. So for a dividend or a value investor, I think this is a good stock. Definitely do your research, look into it. And growth investor, you're going to have to look elsewhere. That's it for me for today. If you like this video and you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I'm coming out with more videos every day before market open. I hope you have a successful day.